morning.
A big fall for the mighty. What should have been her political swan song after 12 years as president of the West African country is ending on a sour note. She's one of the most celebrated African leaders in recent memory and the first female elected president twice. She couldn't run for a third term because of Liberia's constitution. Her bloc, the Governor Unity Party, accused her of meddling in the presidential elections by supporting the opposition's candidate, George Weah, who won by a landslide. Her party's candidate, Joseph Boakai, had been her vice president throughout her 2 terms in office. There were reports the two fell out during the campaigning as he tried to distance himself from her. Liberia's economy has quadrupled under Sirleaf's watch, but the country remains impoverished. Many have no access to reliable drinking water or electricity. Nicknamed Sleepy Joe for his tendency to fall asleep at public events, Boakai has presented himself as the everyman born into an illiterate family compared to her roots as a moneyed elitist. The Harvard-educated and World Bank-trained civil servant first emerged politically in 1997 as she ran against the ruling warlord Charles Taylor.
The people of Liberia have spoken.
She got 10% to his 75%. More than 200,000 people were killed, 70% of women were understood to have been raped, thousands were maimed as former President Charles Taylor fought with his rivals. Taylor was out in 2003 and is now serving a 50-year prison sentence after being convicted of war crimes at The Hague. As head of the peacetime government, she was sworn in for her first term in 2006 and again in 2011. She was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2011 as she campaigned for her re-election.
I consider it a recognition of the many years of struggle.
Sirleaf secured more than $4 billion in debt relief from the US, UN and philanthropists, but still over 1 million Liberians live in extreme poverty, according to the UN. Sirleaf also had to deal with the worst outbreak of the Ebola virus, which killed at least 5,000 people in Liberia alone.
This epidemic is a challenge.
Despite her critics, Sirleaf is praised by many for her peaceful transition of political power. She is due to hand over power to George Weah and his running mate, Jewel Howard Taylor, ex-wife of Charles Taylor, on January 22nd. Hoexter, Al Jazeera.